So we're going to go over a couple different stretches that can help you on your squat day and on your deadlift day. And a couple of them I'll point out should be a daily, honestly, at least 4 times a week, as much as you're working out, or every single day. All right. So here's the first stretch. This one's going to help a little bit with our ankle mobility and flexion, right? So that we're going to help increase the range of motion that it can go through and stabilize through. So you grab a kettlebell, right? You're going to have one foot planted down, knee on the mat, hips forward, and your back foot should be in line with your knee, okay, on this leg that's planted. The other one, you're going to kind of put a little bit further away from your body so that you can kind of rock into this. Okay, I like to take a kettlebell just to put a little bit of extra weight in my arms and really be able to push my knee forward. And this feels great, not just as a stretch to help improve mobility, but as a stretch in general. Feels really good on the back side of the calf, I should say on the calf, and into our Achilles. And it honestly, for me, gets a little bit of the outside section of my ankle. And you can kind of rock with it, right? Move your knee in, move your knee out, stretch these inner muscles on your ankle and on the outside portion of your ankle as well. And I'll do about 10, 15 pulses and a few long holds in this position. So my first few will be kind of longer holds, and I'm just feeling everything out, remembering to maintain contact with my heel to the ground. So I'm staying grounded on my foot. And the other thing it does is, as you see, as I rock forward, this foot doesn't move. I'm not turning so that I can plant into it further. I'm keeping this planted foot in line with my knee so that when I stretch, I'm also stretching my hip flexors on both legs. So this is a really great stretch, especially on a lower body day. Do about 10 to 15 pulses, no more than 3 sets, I would say. 2 sets I'm always good with. 30 to 60 seconds on each side will really do the trick. And you can do, like I said, 2 to 3 sets of these. All right, now here's our second stretch. This one I've gone over in the past. It's a great one. It's literally my favorite. I think it's been the most beneficial to me, improving and increasing my hip mobility over time, as well as strengthening, especially as you start to up the weight in your kettlebell to counterbalance you. It's just more weight sitting in your pocket. So again, you're going to grab the kettlebell, you're going to squat down, and you're going to kind of take this rest. I really like to sit back on my heels. I'll show you the side angle. So as I go down, it's like my regular squat, but now I'm going to leverage the weight, sit back in my heels, really let those knees pop up to point towards the ceiling. And then you can use your elbows to push out on the knees and really get a good groin stretch at the same time. So this is helping my hip mobility, a little bit of ankle flexion, and helping me find my center of gravity with a weight counterbalance. Still close to my body, and I'm resting my elbows on my legs or using them to push my legs out and get more of a stretch in more regions of my inner groin area while I'm stretching the posterior and interior sides of my legs and my glutes. So that's going to be your second exercise. Excellent for squat day, deadlift day, lower body day. That one specifically, I suggest doing at least every day. 60-second holds every day. With that, come on. You already know you're going to get improved hip mobility. All right? And then another thing I like to do in this is you can do a little rocking. Don't worry about coming up onto your toes. It just really gets that ankle flexion moving. So this is a great preliminary leg stretch warm-up as well. One of the first I start out my warm-ups with before I go into my squats. Now your third stretch here to help improve ankle mobility, also going to get the hip flexors, the hips loosened up. All this area is going to be nice and loose. and stretched out with these stretches. All right, and the last one is going to be kind of a variant. You can do it a bunch of different ways and twist and stretch all different sides of your body while you do this stretch. We got Kitty Cat here to help, and we're going to get into it. Hi, Mama. Hi. What's up? What's up? So, again, you can do a bunch of different things. I'll show you a few variations that you can add in. But the main stretch you want to do is you want to get into this low lunge position so that you can force your knee forward and work on that ankle flexion again. It's okay if the heel lifts up a little bit. That's not at your worry with this stretch. What you're worrying about in this stretch is just getting a really good stretch on your groin, in your hip flexors, and also forcing that knee forward way over the toe so you can get a really great improvement of ankle flexion, but also a really great stretch in your tibialis, your calf muscles, your ankle, both the internal and external sides. And then I'm not worried about that heel lifting up, because the more forward I can push myself while actively trying to lower my heel to the ground, the more ankle flexion stretch I'll get from this. All right, so you can do it like this with your knee planted down. You can also be in a low lunge, do a couple body twists, right, with that back knee up. A couple body twists will do you good. All right, you go into warrior stretch with that. And then, of course, you can also flip this into a glute stretch where you plant your heel, and now we're leaning forward, focusing more on the glute stretches right there. Hey. All right, so those are a few things that you can do. Those 3 stretches have helped me before a workout. Also love Cossack squats before a workout, but more in a stretching position. So you're going to be nice and low, getting as low as you can go on this side, and then staying low while you transfer to the other. Boom. All right, so those are a few stretches you can do. Implement those before your squat day, before your deadlift day, and see huge improvements in not just your hip mobility, but also your ankle mobility and flexion. Let's go. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace, love, and protein. Ando out.